Now light our darkest Monday. This is Studio Series 86 Hot Rod. Released sometime in 2020 or 2021, this Voyager class figure represents the turbo rodded young punk from the classic 1986 animated movie. And he is spectacular! The designers of this have done a phenomenal job of recreating the animation model as a functional, transforming figure. While he may be a little small for a Voyager, in fact he's basically a deluxe in size, he still has excellent articulation and color work. I think my only complaint would be that they went with a more show/toy accurate red color scheme instead of magenta like he actually had in the movie. That being said, he still looks and feels amazing. I've only handled a few Studio Series 86 figures, and this guy is certainly a credit to the line. And hey, he's got the giant yellow spoiler on the back, which I think is one of the most important details to have. Now here's the part that makes him Voyager class, his accessories. Here are his photon lasers, a nice representation from his G1 toy. Next we have some blue effect parts. These can connect to the arm blasters. They look neat, but they're not really my thing. Especially since you gotta be careful with these things. If you leave them on for long periods of time, they can damage the plastic. Not good. They do provide a neat effect though. Next up we have the Matrix. This is the same one that comes with Earthrise Optimus and can be sorta held in Hot Rod's hands. I say sorta because it barely fits in them. His hands are kind of on the big side, so it's more like he's kind of pinching it. You also have a special glowy effect part that can attach to it. Again, not really my thing, but still cool to have, I suppose. Up next we have his welder tool, which is built into his left arm. Not every version of Hot Rod has this, so I think it's really cool when it's included. After this we have his buzzsaw, which is partially built into his right arm, but is mostly an attachment. Just have to reveal the peg and then plug it in. It's not as elegant as the little welder attachment, but it does get you a decent sized buzzsaw. It even spins. Pretty darn cool. Last but not least, built into his helmet is a set of flip-down goggles that go over his eyes. These are really cool, though I worry about how fragile they may be. Translucent plastic and all that. And everything, excluding the Matrix, can stow away on his back like this. Pretty cool, if a bit silly looking. Moving on, transformation is pretty darn complicated, with lots of intricate pieces and steps. It takes a lot of work to get from one form to the other. But I would hesitate to say it's hard or frustrating. There's just a lot to it. Well worth it though. Once you're done, you are left with an almost picture-perfect representation of Hot Rod's G1 Future Sports Car mode. I mean, just look at this thing. It's darn near perfect. The colors, the paint, it's just great. There's visible everything underneath it, but that's to be expected with this kind of transformation. That also seems like a needless nitpick in face of such perfection. But overall, this is an excellent version of Hot Rod, and would probably be my favorite if he just wasn't so much work to transform. That being said, if you like Hot Rod, if you like the 86 movie, get him. You can win if you dare.